Hello, I'm Emma Easton of Strand Recruitment, Managing Director. I've worked in recruitment for almost 2 decades now, both from a finance perspective and then latterly the last 10 years for my own business. And I've seen firsthand just how the recruitment process has changed over those years and how technology in particular has been the biggest influence and impact on transformation. So not only do our clients rely upon efficiencies that we provide, but we also rely heavily on several different platforms of technology to reach our applicants and to reach the talent pool required. And the biggest transformation of that has actually been born pre-pandemic. I would say video technology is something that everyone has embraced, from your grandparents to kind of business executives. But we're also very conscious of time, and not only do our hiring managers now offer lots of different flexibilities on life, but they're also really conscious of how much time they spend on each task. And so that's why we believe that video technology has been the biggest transformation to our roles, and hopefully today you will learn a little bit more about the technology that we use, but also how it will impact your business, and in particular the time efficiencies that can be celebrated from it. So how we use video. There are lots of different platforms out there. We have tried several, and we've landed with one for the last 18 months, which has really been born out of usability and the flexible packages required for each hiring need, whether you're a big hirer like ourselves as an agency, or whether you yourselves are hiring on behalf of executives or supporting that process. It can be really flexible. So the takeaways from my presentation are really three key areas. So I want you to go away knowing how you can use video and how we use video, and hopefully adapt some of that within your day-to-day processes, how video can save time, and probably most importantly, the end product is how you can attract the best talent. So how companies have integrated video into their recruitment process. So essentially video has removed the traditional telephone screening, and it's been replaced by video for several different reasons. Video allows you to assess candidates and applicants. The key areas are their communication skills, their presentation style, their body language, and probably most importantly, their culture fit. So would they fit within the business that you are hiring for? The accessibility to our video platform also means that gone are the days where you are juggling different diaries to get people into the same room, and the inconvenience of a traditional maybe telephone interview or a traditional face-to-face meeting. The screening process is, remember, it's to eliminate and create a cherry-pick shortlist and be most efficient with time. So the pre-recorded video selection also allows you to tailor specific questions to a specific vacancy, a business need, or the specific requirements of the executive that you are supporting. So the video technology is also very useful when recruiting and hiring for a global business. As you're aware, there'll be different time zones, which will allow the video technology will allow you to effectively save time and ensure that diaries are not the challenge within the recruitment process. Also, as you're aware, that when you're attracting really great talent, they want things to be efficient and effective. So being able to do it in their own time outside of traditional business hours is also a very strong positive. Video technology also allows candidates to convey their personality, their enthusiasm for a particular vacancy, and their skills that maybe a traditional CV would struggle to convey. That personality is often key when in a recruitment selection process, and that is why the video technology can also help you and your executives to improve your efficiency and processes. Not only do we encourage collaborative hiring, but collaborative hiring is natural within larger businesses, but even in smaller organisations, often we want that sounding board, but maybe don't want the to put any applicants under undue distress by creating a big panel, and so in the initial screening, you might want to just create a bit more of a natural setting. So allowing your applicants to apply for a vacancy that you, via a video, will allow you then to share that collaboratively with your team. So hiring managers can feel included in the process, but most importantly, that won't affect your time efficiency. It's very easy to fire out a few emails and create an inbox for their responses, but it shouldn't impact the actual efficiency of the process, and hopefully, if anything, should improve it, because they're able to reply to you in their own time. As we know, assessing soft skills can also be a key part of the process, but sometimes tricky to do that over a telephone, and certainly if you're only relying on one face-to-face meeting. So those non-verbal cues can be picked up on video technology, and that is why we also include that at all levels of recruitment. So the soft skills assessment is key, and the video technology allows you to do that more effectively. So picking up on those interpersonal skills, their presentation skills, and their problem-solving abilities. So video CVs also help reduce cost and time associated with those, so you don't have to expense any travel associated with the traditional recruitment process. That can be maybe latterly if you decide to. Some of our hiring managers do hire just off their video process, and also the pre-recorded element means that from an exec perspective or a PA perspective, you're able to do that where it suits you best. So it may be scheduling that into part of your day, or into the future weeks, and it's at your own leisure. So we're now going to dive into a demonstration and actually show you guys how the software can be integrated into your day-to-day recruitment methods and hopefully improve the efficiency of your current processes. So I thought it'd be relevant to show you the software and how easy it is from a user perspective. So I'm going to share my screen again, and here we're on the platform My Interview. As you can see, there are neat folders within here which will help with organisation and time efficiencies, but we're going to create a new vacancy here, and we will create it as job title, yes, A. The job category, again, that's really useful to ensure that you providing relevant content. You can write your own quick welcome message, and this will go out to all applicants. You can add some additional fields, such as anything that you want the candidate to or applicant to provide to you. That can be quite specific to business needs. And once we click on save, this is where it gets really interesting. So the geek in me will come out. So we get an opportunity to add screening questions, and these are really important to filter down a great cherry-picked shortlist for your executive or yourself. So these screening questions can be as simple as introduce yourself, a great opener for any applicant. You can add some more detail in this section, which will give the applicants some food for thought, some ideas, and the kind of content that you want to receive. Now, in this is where you can control time. So you want a video response to the question, and you want thinking time. So this is the thinking time that you're going to give the applicant. So it could be 15 seconds all the way to 4 minutes. Now, my advice to keep it in real time and as though an interview face-to-face scenario was happening, I would say 15 seconds is ample amount of time. Again, you can then control the answer time. So how much recording time you're going to give the applicant opportunity to record. So in this instance, we want the intro to be fairly sleek. I would say a minute is fine. And you could give them a couple of takes, up to 5 takes on the video to get that nailed. And this, I would be generous on the takes only because it gives them an opportunity to get into the feel of the video and how the technology works. Then in question 2, you could really make it quite specific to a vacancy. So tell us why you. That's a really good question. You could add some content in there about, why you want, why you feel it's relevant for them to be shortlisted. And again, you can pre-select your thinking time for this. I would be a bit more generous because you want as much relevant content as possible. So maybe 45 seconds on this one and for them to gather their thoughts. And then give them maybe up to 3 minutes, whatever you feel is relevant for the specific requirement. And then again, you might want to say you've had quite a lot of thinking time on this one, so 1 take is all that's going to take, all that's going to be required. So we'll save and continue. The candidate or applicant will receive a link to the platform. Again, really efficient way. It's all automated from this platform, from the software. So really user-friendly. And there's a quick intro here that they've recorded specifically for candidate usability. So some top tips for them, essentially, on how to deliver the best end product. You can add a specific thank you note in here. Again, that could be utilised across many different vacancies. You could keep it quite generic, or indeed you could go one step further and record your own mini introduction. Some people are really natural in front of the camera and feel like they represent your brand or your executive's brand really well. You can change logo according to which business you happen to be recruiting for, hiring for, and then you can click save and continue. Again, really useful, really easy, and we fired through that in no time. At that point, you can preview the interview, or we can skip straight to invite candidates. So at the invite candidate stage, you get to invite individual candidates, or you can bulk upload. So during these ones, that's obviously specific to your requirements, but basically you populate their name and email and a telephone number. You can scroll down and the invite is pre-selected. So again, very easy to use. You can put your own message in there and save that, or you can just use the populated one below. You can add a specific time deadline, which again would help manage your time frames for the recruitment process. Once you've done that, you can then actually check the status of your invite. So this will be an opportunity for you to review who's actually clicked on from the candidate or applicant perspective, and which stage they're at in that process. I will quickly show you what that will look like in another role that we've already recruited. So here you will see the invite section and invite status. So you can see here that we've got 1 pending, and then once he's completed that, it will then go to completed and ready to be previewed. So as I referred to earlier, I'm going to show you a demonstration on how you can actually record a live interview via video, which you can then share with your executives or hiring managers. So I'll share my screen again. Here we've got just a quick preview of what that looks like, and you can create just below a live video. Here you can choose the job that it's referring to, and you can choose to invite a specific candidate, just drop down there, and then sharing is a simple link. So hopefully that has shown you just how easy the functions are within my interview. So So welcome back. Now you're in a position where you've uploaded your questions and notified your favourite candidates of their process, and a link has been sent to their inbox. Now all you need to do is relax. The notifications will be sent to the applicants to prompt them along the process so that you get that all-important video assessment. You will also then be notified when you're able to send that on to your hiring managers and executives. The executives are able to add comments and notes, especially if you're working collaboratively, like we said, amongst several different hiring managers. And then you're able to, as I've shown in the demonstration, bob them into the correct folders of the shortlisted candidates from the comments from your hiring managers. So the process then takes care of itself. So now we go on to the candidate attraction element. So attracting really great talent is very easy using My Interview as their social media platform. So you're able to record an introduction to the business, creating an idea of their culture, their brand, their core values, and then able to use that by sending it out to direct messages on LinkedIn, on social media platforms, specifically to candidates that you know would be really great for the business and really good for that role. Depending on how deep you want to delve into it, can be really useful. You can also maybe use the platform to record a message from your executive, the hiring manager, maybe a couple of team members within the business, and use that to really elevate the job profile on social media. You can also include it in your mail shots, on the website, on the careers page. So it can be a really useful tool across different platforms, but creating that brand awareness specifically to attract talent is really one of the most useful tools for this platform. So I hope that's been useful for you, and you can see how video can transform and improve time efficiencies in a really competitive market when it comes to recruitment. Happy to see you in the Q&A and can't wait to hear all of your success stories.